I think the players are really 100% there mentally.
I think they're tired. I think 100% they've got to be fatigued. I mean, some of them were going right down to the wire with the Premier League and the Champions League, things like that. So I think some of them are mentally fatigued. But again, that's for Gareth to kind of work out. And if some of them are fatigued, then that's where you try someone new. That's why you call it a squad. Rather than picking players that that have never let you down, that you can trust, try something that's maybe a little bit more out there where people might go, I don't quite understand this, but let's see if it works, rather than being predictable.
Interesting. What else could he change? If you're picking the team and you're playing Germany tonight, what formation are you going for? And who would you like to see in there?
I'd probably opt for a 4
at the back.
4-3-3 I'd like to see. But with the 3, I'd probably go, the back 4, Kyle Walker on the right, or Trent, Reece James, up to you. Tomori, but I'm not quite sure he's available. But I'd like to see him try something new, 4-3-3, but the 3 in the middle of the park, I don't want to see 2 holders. I want to see 1 holder, one that could do a bit of in between, like Jude Bellingham, who can drive up and down, and then one that's more 90% forward thinking, getting on the ball, and then it's what you do up top. But I don't want to see 2 holders in there and you go and save. Go and win the game over there. Or even if you get beat, go and show some attacking intent where people go, okay, it wasn't boring to watch, it was exciting, but we got beat by the better side. But I quite like this new idea of going forward and trying to win the game.
Back page of every paper pretty much this morning is this. Gareth Southgate says the racial abuse of England stars who missed penalties have made this World Cup quest even tougher. So Bukayo Saka, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford, all of those guys were targeted, as we know. And Southgate has basically said that he's going to have to take any potential abuse into account when he draws up a list of penalty takers.
But that's not his decision to make.
What do you mean?
Because he's talking about he might have to draw up a list because of the racial abuse that they've taken, but that's down to the players. If Marcus Rashford wants to step up again and take a penalty, that shouldn't be taken away from him by Gareth Southgate, because as I said, that's not his decision to make. I think if it does come to penalties and they decide they want to take it, it could change everything if Rashford scores, Saka scores. But by eliminating them completely from that equation, that's not doing the players any favours, and also that's letting the racists win by taking them out of the equation. So I don't agree with that.
This is what he said. I've got to take all those things into consideration, and it is incredibly complex. We've had years of talking about penalties and everything else, and we've now got another layer that's going to make it extremely difficult for us to win anything. I couldn't help but feel, have I created this situation for the boys? But it wouldn't be right to not pick the players that you think are best to take them because of what possible consequences of missing would be. I've got to pick them on the belief that they are going to score. So in a way, in that sentence, he's kind of coming back to the idea of you've got to pick the right person for the right job. If
he wants to have a conversation about the decisions he made to substitute them on at the time that he did, then that's a completely different story. If he's saying, well, maybe I made the wrong decision, I might have to take that into account by maybe not substituting them 5-10 minutes before the end of extra time. But to say that because of the racial abuse they took, I'm going to completely remove them, no, that's not his decision to make. If Rashford, Sancho and Saka, whatever black player wants to step up and take a penalty, if they feel they're mentally ready and they want to take it, then that's their decision. Obviously, if they miss, and unfortunately that comes with the territory, it shouldn't do, but it does. But to completely eliminate them, no, that's the wrong decision for me.
Well said, Darren Bent. I think I agree with you on that one wholeheartedly.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.